राधा माधव।
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhu. Archana Mataji, do you want to do or may I?
Mataji, you please carry on.
Okay, okay. Hare Krishna.
Prasad Prabhuji
Right.
has reached.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
You have reached your place.
Yes, Prabhu. Finally, I reached my place in midnight, Prabhu.
and fortunately, the flights are functioning, going today.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, that's what I heard, Prabhu. Functioning from today. Yeah. At least 90% of the flights. Yeah.
Yes. Sanjeev Prabhuji is coming to Bhubaneswar today.
Oh, great. In India, Indigo becomes so critical, Prabhu. So critical. In India, Indigo.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
We can start the kirtan now.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Danvat pranam to all devotees. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha पतितनम पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय हो। हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय हो। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथावितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादा सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखावितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनेति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरद्विषे नमः नमो ब्राह्मण देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगद्विताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितनं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय हो। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। क्या प्रभुपाद की जय हो। Today I am doing what to do, Mataji. Can we continue?
Sharat Prabhuji, should we wait for Charu Prabhuji to join?
We can start actually. Now this is almost 6:40.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Today I am doing the Gujarati song, one Gujarati so wonderful song. મારા ઘટમાં બિરાજતા શ્રીનાથજી યમુનાજી. This Kirtan Seva is dedicated to Sri Charu Prabhuji. મારા ઘટમાં બિરાજતા શ્રીનાથજી યમુનાજી શ્રી મહાપ્રભુજી. મારા ઘટમાં બિરાજતા શ્રીનાથજી યમુનાજી શ્રી મહાપ્રભુજી. મારું મનડું છે ગોકુળ વનરાવન, મારા તનના આંગણિયામાં તુલસીના વન. મારા પ્રાણ જીવન, મારા પ્રાણ જીવન. ઓ મારા ઘટમાં બિરાજતા શ્રીનાથજી યમુનાજી શ્રી મહાપ્રભુજી. મારા આતમના આંગણે શ્રી મહાપ્રભુજી, મારી આંખો વિશે ગીરધારી કે ધારી. મારું તન મન ગયો જેને વારી રે વારી. મારા શ્યામ મોરારી, મારા શ્યામ મોરારી. ઓ મારા ઘટમાં બિરાજતા શ્રીનાથજી યમુનાજી શ્રી મહાપ્રભુજી. મારા પ્રાણ થકી મને વૈષ્ણવ વાલા, નિત્ય કરતા શ્રીનાથજીને કાલા રે વાલા. મેં તો વલ્લભ પ્રભુજીના કીધા છે દર્શન, મારું મોહી લીધું મન, મારું મોહી લીધું મન. ઓ મારા ઘટમાં બિરાજતા શ્રીનાથજી યમુનાજી શ્રી મહાપ્રભુજી. હું તો નિત્ય વિઠ્ઠલ વરની સેવા રે કરું, હું તો આઠે સમા કેરી ઝાંખી રે કરું. મેં તો ચિતડો શ્રીનાથજીને ચરણે ધર્યું, જીવન સફળ કર્યું, જીવન સફળ કર્યું. ઓ મારા ઘટમાં બિરાજતા શ્રીનાથજી યમુનાજી મહાપ્રભુજી. मैं तो भक्ति मार्ग केरो संग रे साध्यो, मैं तो पुष्टि रे मार्ग केरो संग रे साध्यो. मने घोड़ कीर्तन केरो रंग रे लाग्यो, मैं तो लाला नी लाली केरो रंग रे मांग्यो. हिरलो हाथ रे लाग्यो, हिरलो हाथ रे लाग्यो. ओ मारा घटमा बिराजता श्रीनाथजी यमुनाजी श्री महाप्रभुजी. आवो जीवन लावो कदी फरी न मळे, वारे वारे मानव देह कदी न मळे. फेरो लख रे 84 नो मारो रे फळे, મને મોહન મળે, મને મોહન મળે. હો મારા ઘટમાં બિરાજતા શ્રીનાથજી યમુનાજી મહાપ્રભુજી. મારી અંત સમય કેરી સુણો રે અરજી, મેં તો શ્રીજી બાવાના ચરણોમાં દયા રે કરી. મને તેડાળે યમ કેરા કદી ન આવે, મારો નાથ તેડાવે, મારો નાથ તેડાવે. हो मारा घटમાં બિરાજતા શ્રીનાથજી યમુનાજી મહાપ્રભુજી હો મારા ઘટમાં બિરાજતા શ્રીનાથજી યમુનાજી મહાપ્રભુજી શ્રીનાથજી બોલો શ્રી યમુનાજી બોલો શ્રીનાથજી બોલો શ્રી યમુનાજી બોલો શ્રીનાથજી બોલો શ્રી યમુનાજી બોલો હો મારા ઘટમાં બિરાજતા શ્રીનાથજી યમુનાજી શ્રી મહાપ્રભુજી હરે કૃષ્ણ 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 હરે 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 રામ 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 હરે હરે શ્રીનાથજી બાબાના ચરણમાં કોટી કોટી દંડવત પ્રણામ શ્રી યમુનાજી મહારાણીના ચરણ કમલમાં કોટી કોટી દંડવત પ્રણામ શ્રી મહાપ્રભુજીના ચરણ કમલમાં કોટી કોટી દંડવત પ્રણામ થેન્ક યુ પ્રભુજી ફોર સો વન્ડરફુલ સેવા
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, and I'm going to follow up with one more Gujarati song. So, although Charu Prabhu has not joined, maybe we can request him to hear the recording.
Yes, yes.
नागर नंद जीना लाल, नागर नंद जीना लाल, रास रमंता मारी नथनी खोवानी. नागर नंद जीना लाल, नागर नंद जीना लाल, रास रमंता मारी नथनी खोवानी. ए कान्हा जड़ी होय तो आल, कान्हा जड़ी होय तो आल, રાસ રમંતા મારી નથણી ખોવાની. હે નાની એવી નથણીને માઈ જડ્યા છે હીરા. નાની એવી નથણીને માઈ જડ્યા છે હીરા. હે નાની એવી નથણીને માઈ જડ્યા છે હીરા. હે નાની એવી નથણીને માઈ જડ્યા છે હીરા. हो नथनिया पोने मारा, नथनिया पोने मारा, सुभद्रा ना वीरा. नागर नंद जीना लाल, नागर नंद जीना लाल, रास रमंता मारी नथनी खोवानी. हे वृंदावननी कुंज गली माँ बोले जीना मोर. वृंदावननी कुंज गली माँ बोले जीना मोर. हे वृंदावननी कुंज गली माँ बोले जीना मोर. वृंदावननी कुंज गली माँ बोले जीना मोर. રાધાજીની નાથણીનો રાધાજીની નાથણીનો શામળિયો છે ચોર. નાગર નંદજીના લાલ, નાગર નંદજીના લાલ, રાસ રમંતા મારી નથણી ખોવાની. નાગર નંદજીના લાલ, નાગર નંદજીના લાલ, રાસ રમંતા મારી નથણી ખોવાની. કાન્હા જડી હોય તો આલ, કાન્હા જડી હોય તો આલ, રાસ રમંતા મારી નથણી ખોવાની. કાન્હા જડી હોય તો આલ, કાન્હા જડી હોય તો આલ, રાસ રમંતા મારી નથણી ખોવાની. હરે કૃષ્ણ. Shall I chant the translation or it's okay?
Yes, yes.
Hey Krishna, I lost my nathani nose ring while playing Garba. Hey Kanha, if you have found my nose ring, Jari means found, Al means give it back. Give it back to me. It's a small nose ring jeweled with diamonds by my ma. Hey Subhadra Navira, brother of Subhadra, please give me my nose ring. On the streets of Vrindavan, peacocks are saying, Shamalio, that is Shyam or Krishna, is the chore thief of Radharani's nose ring. Hare Krishna. This song is by Narsi Mehta.
Thank you, Mataji.
Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Now we can have the recap.
Okay, Prabhuji. Anybody is doing the Mangalachara? Or should I start with the recap then?
You start with the recap.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for such beautiful kirtan. So, tomorrow is Charu Prabhuji's birthday. So, we are praying at the lotus feet of the divine couple to give him strength, health to fulfill all his missions. Okay, so let us start with today's recap based on the last class, which is lesson 135 and 136 of chapter 89. We covered verses 45 to 65 as per the commentaries of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So we saw that how Arjuna vowed to get the child of the Brahmana back, and he took shelter of the bow given to him, presented to him by Lord Shiva. And although he did not get any support from Lord Krishna, Balrama, Pradyumna, he said that he will do it with the help of the bow presented to him by Lord Shiva. And he went everywhere, but he was unsuccessful. So he was about to give his life when Krishna intervened and stopped him and helped him find the boys of the Brahmana, and they got him back. So this particular episode basically is based on devotional service or bhakti to only Lord Krishna, which is what is as per the Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So Gaudiya Vaishnavism is all about devotion to Lord Krishna. So the first point over here is, so we'll see the thematic points. The first one is that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and how Arjuna as a devotee, how should an ideal devotee be? Uh, how material authority, how material authority is, it can be like harmful if it is not without it is if it is lacking spiritual grounding. Then one should always be surrendered and depend on the divine will, the nature of bhakti, and the cosmic and spiritual journey. These thematic points we'll cover. So the first point, supremacy to Krishna. So what is the basis of Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara? Anyone would like to highlight on, elaborate on that?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
So
Krishna, Prabhu.
this is a very nice, chapter, and as usual, so supremacy of Lord Krishna and Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnava. This resonate every time. Every chapter we are studying. Charu Prabhuji bring this point because this is the essence of everything, and where the supremacy of the Lord Krishna is prime. So, impressing Krishna, unparalleled status as the supreme God. So, there's nobody is equal to him and nobody is above him. So, recognizing his supremacy, it's not abstract, because again, it depends on how he responds to our, devotional service. That also embedded into that, and how you Bhaktyamam Abhijanati, how you understand by devotional service. So this is the essence of all Gaudiya philosophy. So there is a supremacy of the Lord. Nobody is above him. Nobody is greater than. Nobody is equal to him. And how to understand him through bhakti, devotional service. That is the essential part of that. And again, it talks about Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. Also, we can see that also. So how you see the Lord as Ishvara, and how you understand him. Is a Sagun and Nirgun. They form again one and the same, right? I think that's what all about Supreme Measure God. Whether it's a Sagun Brahman you worship or Nirgun, but it is nothing other than Krishna, but nothing exists beyond him. That's what we understand from the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. Mother.
Okay.
Correct.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I
Yes.
would like to add
Yes,
one
Prabhu.
point, Mataji.
Yeah.
Okay. May not be specific to this particular theme, but in general, with my experience, practical experience, Mataji. So before joining ISKCON or Gaudiya Sampradaya, okay, I have read this particular chapter and the Leela, okay, where Vishnu has taken the Brahmana sons and all that Leela, especially this Leela. To be very frank with you, nobody could explain Mataji, okay, properly. Okay, nobody could explain, especially Mayavadis. It is not possible to understand from the Mayavada philosophy, especially this particular Leela. So from that time, I got this question. Okay, the Leela which we have, which she has seen that Brahmanas, like where Vishnu would like to see Krishna. Okay, that itself says, okay, the supremacy of Sri Krishna. Okay, as a supreme person of the Godhead. I would like to mention in that particular point, Mataji. Okay, my practical realization. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Radhagana. So the foundation of Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy is that Lord Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and we worship his form as the highest, and we have to develop a relationship with him by practice devotional service. He has two aspects, his ultimate reality, which is as Brahman, and his personal deity, which is Ishvara. And this particular duality is very essential for the devotees, so that we should recognize and try to approach him through the path of devotional service and establish a relationship with him, establish a bond with him, like how Arjuna established, how all his best devotees have established a relationship with him. So this is the philosophy or the central theme of Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. Then we come to the role of Arjuna as a devotee. So, how is the life of a devotee? And through in his life, what does he face, and what what does he come to? What is the conclusion that a pure devotee finally reaches? It is mentioned in the second point, where we can see Arjuna's struggle as a devotee. On the path of devotional service, there are many struggles. So a devotee has to undergo or go through many personal struggles. But what is important?
Surrenderance.
And surrender is the utmost.
To perform responsibilities, Mataji.
Correct. One should follow the dharma. Whatever struggles or the challenges one is going through, one should, whether he's a Kshatriya or a Brahmana, one should follow the path of dharma, the path of righteousness. And also as a Kshatriya should be like Arjuna is a Kshatriya. So he has the responsibility of protecting the dharma. So he should safeguard like being a Kshatriya, he should protect the citizens and safeguard the innocent. So one should not leave the path of dharma. Only then one gets the Lord intervenes and helps. Okay, so here it is mentioned that Arjuna remains steadfast in his duty. His internal battles articulate the quintessential human experience on the path of devotion, teaching genuine bhakti necessitates facing one's responsibilities and aligning actions and divine principles. So this is very important. One has to be sincere on the devotional path, and one should face the responsibilities and also align his actions as per the divine principles. So this was the important point. Going forward, we see the critique of material authority. Now, what happens when material power comes in? And
we have started the recap. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. Okay, 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 Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
May I continue, Prabhu?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so we were discussing the third point, that is the critic of material authority. What should be, like, how one should understand material power and how one should practice it.
Yes,
As per the
Mataji.
body. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so again, continuing with that same theme, Kshatriya Dharma is highly elaborated here, right? So Dharma, that being a Kshatriya, his duty, and that Dharma is not in isolation. Kshatriya's duty to protect is not isolation; it's also service to the Lord Krishna. That is the central theme of again Gaudiya Vaishnava. So in this case, Arjuna tried to step in and to follow his dharma and bring and protect the child, right, of the brahmanas. So Varnashrama clearly defines what is the role of brahmanas and kshatriyas and other ashramas. But here brahmanas also stepped in a different way, and Arjuna wanted to protect following his dharma and having a faith in Lord. So at the end, as we see that Lord Krishna steps in and protects also Arjuna. We see both there. So words are very nicely explained here. The authentic leadership is defined by unwavering commitment to dharma. So at any case, Arjuna was about to give his life also. So, that is the Kshatriya, what is, and Bhagavad Gita also talks about. Krishna says that if you die and battle, then you'll go to the heavenly planet, because that's what was mentioned there. But if you win, you enjoy that. So, following a dharma, dharma, artha, kam, moksha, in that dharma is very, very important, and that's how it is highlighted here. That's what I can understand, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, very nicely put. So basically, they're saying if you have material power without the dharma or spiritual grounding, it will be futile, it will be of no use. So it has to be the power, material power or material authority has to be based on dharma. Only then it is fruitful to oneself and the society. Then the point number B is how should be the leadership? Same point, like authentic leadership is defined by unwavering commitment to dharma. So whoever is the leader should be on the path of dharma and should protect the rights of the innocent people. So that is true leadership. Then we come to the fourth important point. Thank you, Prabhuji. So we come to the fourth point, dependence on divine will. So what happened? Arjuna tried his best. He could not get the child of the Brahmana. So finally, he was just, because he'd taken a vow and he was on his path, he decided to enter the fire. That's when Lord Krishna stepped in. He saw his sincerity, the sincerity of his vow, and once when he thought that he has unfulfilled it, he was ready to give up his life also for that. That's when divine intervention came, or Krishna decided to intervene. So, how should one depend on, like, what should be the attitude of a devotee? How should be the dependence on divine will? Anyone?
There should be intervention, divine intervention to protect the devotee. Without divine intervention, Mataji,
When does the
divine
divine
grace is not
intervention
available.
happen, Mataji?
So even the personal.
The question is, how should one depend on divine will?
It should be
It shows that
humble and
by doing the genuine devotion
Correct.
services.
humbleness and surrendership should
Yeah.
be there.
Yes, yes. So
That is
this
important.
particular point is highlighted, that dependence. Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat
Yeah,
Pranam,
Mother,
Prabhuji.
I would like to add one simple
Yes.
point here. This is very, very
Yeah.
nice. Even Kshatriyas, the power comes from where? The Lord gives the power to him, right? So with that, then other thing follows. The humility and his responsibility, everything comes. Even Kshatriya believes whatever I have, it's only by grace of the Lord. It's a Krupa Shakti, right? It's a mention above on that. So Kshatriya has that understanding, and with that devotion and surrendered mood, thinking that I have been given a role by the Lord and I have to perform that. Right? If that humility does, then there is a success out there. That's also called devotional service. Working for the Lord is also devotional service, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji, very important point. Recognizing that um, whatever power we have, it is, or whatever the qualities we have, are coming from the Lord Himself. And then we should foster humility and complete surrender and make the right use of that particular power given to us. Then we come to the nature of bhakti. According to Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, nature of bhakti is based on complete humility and complete surrender and respect for all beings. So these 3 points are absolutely important. How is bhakti? Full of humility, complete surrender, and respect for each and every being, because everybody is the ansha of Lord. Last point, cosmic and spiritual journey. So what does Arjuna's journey show us? What does Arjuna's journey showcase? Anyone? Prasad Prabhu?
Hare Krishna,
Raksha
Mataji.
Mataji?
Dandavat
Yes.
Pranam, Mataji. So it shows that like whatever the divine guidance we have, okay, and if that is there, it is possible to achieve whatever promises we make, Mataji, okay,
Correct.
to this external world. Yeah. So that is
So,
very important. Hare Krishna.
yes, very nice, Prabhuji. So human life is a quest. It is endless quest, and till we get divine guidance and knowledge, we will only waste our life. So it has to be based on Guru Sadhu Shastra, the guidance from Guru Sadhu Shastra is actually giving us guidance of what Lord Himself wants us to have. And so we should live a life based on that, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. So here, a very important point that is highlighted, this sense of dependence fosters humility and reinforces the understanding that surrender to Krishna is vital for spiritual success. This is the most important. So this particular episode covers that Lord Krishna is the supreme, and what is the responsibility of a devotee, and how power should be utilized, and how one should depend on the divine will, the nature of true devotion, and the spiritual journey. So going forward, we see these 3 important questions. One is, what specific practices in Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy um, deepens the connection with Lord Krishna? So there is a process given to us. Yes, Harsha Mataji.
To chant Hare Krishna mantra, then reading the text from Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, the daily part and participating in the temple worship, and to remain with the communal, so that we can ask questions and we get answers and all guidance from them. And we have to do a collective devotion, and so we do bonding with Krishna, spiritual bonding, and it supports our spiritual community in this environment.
Thank you. Acha Mataji, you wanted to say something? Hare Krishna. Okay, your mic was on. Okay, second important question. How can devotees effectively balance their responsibilities in Dharma with their spiritual pursuits? How can we balance material life and spiritual life, in short?
They do
Anyone?
dedicate themselves for the prayers, meditation, chanting, their professional commitments, and nurture the spiritual growth. And viewing their duties as acts of devotion, it does transform and uh, or whatever the material things that are there, okay, or the pursuits one should offer to Krishna and align ourselves and our actions for the spiritual aspiration.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely said. And the last question, in what ways do the teachings of Krishna apply to the contemporary ethical dilemmas faced by leaders today? The dilemma is how to walk on the path of dharma. So that is what constantly the leader will face. So how will these teachings help the leaders? Basically, these teachings are emphasizing the core principles of like righteousness, compassion, and protection to the innocents. So Krishna's wisdom encourages leaders to make decisions based on following the ethical path. So if the leaders are well versed with Bhagavad Gita and believe in uh, Krishna's teachings, then only they can create a anukul environment. Yeah, and also take the responsibility of their actions. Okay, going forward, now we will see as per the Bhagavatam. Like Bhagavatam also uh, uh, has like it is defining devotion, love. It is defining bhakti. So here it emphasizes a deep personal relationship with Lord Krishna. So as per Bhagavatam, uh, the philosophical significance is mentioned here in point A and B. So we'll see these points, thematic points, which is divine guidance and assurance and the journey beyond darkness. So now they reached when Arjuna and Lord Krishna mounted the chariot and they crossed the Dvipas and they came to the covering of this material world where there was absolute darkness, where even the horses were hesitating to go ahead. That's when Lord Krishna sent the Sudarshana chakra. Like nice darshan. The meaning of Sudarshan is nice darshan. So that Sudarshana actually removed all the darkness, like how Lord Rama's bow pierces the army of Ravana, Sudarshan Chakra pierced through the darkness. So we saw that episode how Lord is throughout with Arjuna, he's throughout guiding him and he's there for him. So divine guidance and assurances. Anybody would like to highlight this? How does divine guidance come and what does it assure? Same thing basically. One has to surrender one will to divine will and recognize that God is the ultimate authority. When one surrenders completely, that's when divine guidance come and that's when Krishna gives assurance of guiding and he takes charge of his devotee's life. Okay, going forward, second point, the journey beyond darkness. So Sudarshan Chakra symbolizes knowledge and it illuminates the path forward. So true knowledge illuminates one's human life and gives a right objective of living. So this aligns beautifully with the Bhakti tradition. So what happens when one gets knowledge? How is that related to human life?
So it overcomes the ignorance and
Yeah.
which is the inherent characteristic of the material world. Yeah, and it
Yes.
illuminates. Yeah, it, it removes the darkness, just like light does. And yes, avidya. One gets relieved from avidya.
Yes.
Hare
One gets
Krishna,
relieved.
Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
That Sudarshana chakra, okay,
Mm.
symbolizes the divine knowledge, Mataji, and it gives the clarity for us to way forward in this spiritual journey, Mataji.
Yeah. So basically, one's spiritual nature is enlightened. When once one gets vidya, true knowledge, one's spiritual nature is enlightened, and one gets through, comes out of the darkness. That is the three modes of material nature. Okay, then encounter with the Supreme. So they came to, after crossing the Brahma Jyoti, they came to Lord Vishnu, and Arjuna saw Lord Shesha, Anant Shesha, and Lord Mahavishnu is there on the Anant Shesha, which is a very radiant place. So God gave them darshan. So anybody would like to uh, say about this encounter with the Supreme?
Hare Krishna Mataji, when the devotee is aware of God's omnipresence and omnipotence positions, and there is a personal relationship central to the bhakti path, and there is a deep connection between the devotee and the divine.
Yeah. So basically, the vision of Lord Mahavishnu is Lord's personal aspect, and to reach this personal aspect is the foundation of the bhakti, our bhakti marga, wherein we are trying to cross through the Brahma Jyoti and reaching to the Lord, that he is to have the personal darshan of him, to have a personal relationship with him. And it shows that Lord is nothing abstract, he is accessible, personal deity. He is Lord. He is like how we see in how we visualize him, and that he reciprocates, that he talks, that he guides. So that is the thing of encounter. Like itna bhakti karne ke baad what? Finally, what happens? That you reach your goal, and that goal is we actually get to establish this relationship, to develop this bond with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who would actually interact with us on one-to-one basis. So that is encounter with the Supreme. It's nothing abstract. It is a very reciprocal relationship. Then
साक्षात्कार एक तरह से जो हम कह सकते हैं
हाँ,
माता जी.
correct. Sakshatkar in the sense, not in terms of something abstract, but actually a personal.
Person to person.
Yes.
This
We come to-
episode clearly says that Krishna is a person.
Yes. Yes, correct, Mataji. So that's how our devotion, it becomes like after one, it leads us to Lord Krishna, and that's how the devotion transforms, because the spiritual awakening comes. Then we come to service and donation. How should one serve the society? How should be his service? How should be his devotion?
Actually, service and devotion is a reciprocal nature of the devotion. If devotee is sincere service, devotion, then he gets that divine enlightenment. And
Spiritual growth, yes. Spiritual growth will come only through selfless service.
Yes.
Yeah. Selfless service is very important. Humility and surrender also will come through when one is serving selflessly, only then humility will come. Without seva also it won't work. Like how will humility finally cultivate? When you give service, it will cultivate. When will surrender come? These
माताजी,
virtues will.
भागवतम में एक श्लोक है, भागवतम का एक श्लोक है, उसमें बताया गया है कि जैसे जैसे हम सेवा करेंगे वैसे वैसे हमें कथा की ज्यादा रुचि होगी. जैसे जैसे कथा
Correct.
सुनेंगे वैसे वैसे सेवा की रुचि होगी. दिस इज द
Yes.
सर्कल, कंप्लीट सर्कल है.
Perfect. And what we can see in the case of Pundrik also, how he was serving his parents. And even though like he was so much involved, selflessly serving his parents, that Lord personally came to him. So service plays a very important role. Then fulfillment of desires through devotion. Okay, so how does our desires are fulfilled?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, ma'am. Prabhu.
Yeah. So Mahavishnu ensures that like once we start believing like religious behavior emphasis the
Hmm.
bhakti belief, okay, then automatically the fulfillment comes, Mataji, for us.
Hmm.
Okay. So we have to follow our dharma, Mataji, okay, which we call it as a righteousness. Yeah. That is going to be the very, very key factor. So that through the devotion, okay, the desires will be definitely fulfilled for us. For all
Yeah.
of- Yeah.
Through devotion, our material desires get purified.
Purified, yes.
That's, yeah, once our desires are purified, then it leads to the spiritual liberation.
Yeah.
Then we come to the next point, which is restoration and redemption. So Arjuna and Lord Krishna could get the children of the Brahmana back. So what does it show? Like, can anyone explain this point, restoration and redemption?
So even in the face of dire circumstances, like here we saw, and unwavering faith and devotion can elicit divine intervention and healing. And it shows God's boundless compassion and his
Yes.
readiness to help devotees in navigating life's tribulations.
Correct. So one's faith is restored when one performs bhakti with pure heart. All the wrong that we have done goes away, and one comes into the right way of thinking, and that's how balance is restored in our life. So through the bhakti, through the love that we have developed by following the path of bhakti. So that takes care, that makes Lord protects us. So restoration happens, divine grace comes. Okay, going forward, manifestation of divine power. So Krishna's extraordinary pastimes and displays of divine supremacy through miraculous acts powerfully illustrate that all remarkable powers originate from divine grace. Everything is coming from him. So it is his grace. Whatever we have, whatever quality, whatever power we have, it is coming from Krishna. So that has to be realized, that has to be remembered, and only then the humility will come. Krishna's demonstrations of power through his Leela unveil the astonishing truth that all extraordinary phenomenon arise from divine energy and intention. Okay, then establishment of dharma. Bhakti tradition emphasizes on divine guidance in perceiving dharma and highlights the vital role of virtuous leadership in the society. So, in bhakti, one has to follow the path of dharma. If one is a leader, one has to walk the path of dharma. Only then there will be a sound society. There will be uh, a proper society. Okay, so with these points, we conclude this particular episode. Again, there I heard these important questions. How can one actively practice surrendering to divine life and divine will in daily life? This is similar points that was mentioned ahead, by having a daily routine wherein one prays regularly, meditates regularly, and participates, faces life's challenges, and has a congregation, like one should have sadhu sang. That's how one should surrender to divine in the daily life. And what specific practices or rituals are recommended? Kirtan and all this was discussed. How does the concept of divine grace manifest in the life of devotees in practical terms?
The chanting of holy names, communal worship through kirtan,
Congregational chanting. Yeah.
Mhm.
these teachings of text, all these devotional services bring that.
Yeah. Basically, it a devotee has hope that whatever situation I am, whether it is a turbulent situation, challenging situation, Lord will take care. But that's how divine grace manifests. When the devotee has complete faith and complete surrender, that's when the divine grace comes.
Avashya Rakshive Krishna.
Yes. Then going forward to question 4, what specific practices or behaviors exemplify unwavering devotion? As per the Bhakti philosophy, what behavior exemplify unwavering devotion?
By consistent engagement in sacred practices such as prayer, chanting, and rituals, embodying selfless service, compassion towards others,
Correct. Ethical behavior.
teaching of the text,
Yeah.
embracing ethical conduct, and participating in communal gatherings.
Yeah. Correct, Mataji. The important word is consistent engagement. This is the most important word. Consistent engagement in all these activities. Then how do individuals actively nurture a personal relationship with Lord? Same thing, by meditation, heartfelt prayers, sincere, true devotional service, community worship. One can establish a personal relationship with the Lord. In what ways can the moral and virtuous examples of leaders like Yudhishthira shape society to dharma? The role of yes,
Go
ma'am.
ahead, Mataji.
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay. Yudhishthir, just like Yudhishthir's ethical leadership, and it motivates the followers to embrace the similar values, and then it becomes a commitment to moral principles, nurturing the social harmony,
Yeah.
and it
So
broadens quest for society balance and justice.
creates balance, and there is justice in the society. So we need leaders like Yudhishthira who are completely righteous, or who are on the path of dharma. Then this is the last part of this particular slide. Krishna Prema Bhakti. We are focusing on Krishna Prema Bhakti. Again, the important points that we see, this is as per Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. The journey of devotion, Krishna's role as divine guidance. So, Arjuna's impeccable faith in Krishna, that Krishna is his guru and is his spiritual guide. Because of his faith, he could navigate all the challenges, he could go through all the complexities. So, faith, unwavering faith in the Guru, that is Lord Krishna, that is important. So, Arjuna's journey serve as a profound metaphor to a seeker to traverse on the path. It shows that spiritual practices or philosophies in illustrating that all roads ultimately converge towards the realization of the Supreme. Finally, everything, whatever you're going, finally it will lead to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Arjuna had gone to Yamaloka to find the baby. So Arjuna's departure from Yamaloka and his explanation of various celestial realms underscore the essential nature of a sincere pursuit of the divine, asserting that true devotion necessitates an active engagement with the diverse facets of realities. Now, Lord Krishna could have immediately supported Arjuna when he decided to help the Brahmana, but he did not. He kept quiet. Why? Because he wanted Arjuna to experience that first try on his. He was seeing, but Arjuna was steadfast on his dharma. He had decided that he would get the baby, and he put his level best. He put all his endeavors. After he sincerely put after he sincerely endeavored for it, then Lord Krishna came for his support. So, this is the journey of devotion. We'll face so many hindrances, so many obstacles, but because we are sincerely working on it, divine grace will come, Lord will come to help us. Then Krishna's role as divine guide. How is Krishna guiding Arjuna?
By giving compassion, nurturing qualities, guiding with unwavering love and wisdom.
Yeah. When Arjuna was just about to enter the fire, Lord Krishna stopped him. He said, "Don't commit foolish suicide." So then he decided, "I will help you find the baby." So that he shows his compassion, his nurturing qualities, and that he is always at the back of his devotee. He is never aloof. He is not away from him. So we are always cared and protected when we are walking on the path of dharma. Lord is with us, and He is always there to protect us. Then the nature of divine realization. It arises from surrendering to Krishna, emphasizing that journey towards realization requires both divine grace and personal dedication. It's a two-way, both has to be go hand in hand. Divine grace and personal dedication. Without any of it, it will not work. The realization will not happen. So these two are important, divine grace and personal realization. The relationship between Krishna and Arjuna serves as a powerful model of a guru-disciple dynamic within bhakti. So who guides a disciple? The guru. So guru has to be a bona fide guru in a bhakti tradition, and then right knowledge comes to the disciple, and the disciple should be willing to walk that path as per the instructions of the guru. Only then he will get the realization. And coming to the fourth point, recognizing of Krishna's supremacy. In the story, I'm just winding up last 2 minutes. In the story, how did Arjuna realize Krishna's supremacy?
हरे कृष्ण माता जी। जब वो महाविष्णु के पास गए तब अर्जुन ने उनको प्रणाम किया, कृष्णा ने भी उनको प्रणाम किया, मगर महाविष्णु ने उनको दंडवत प्रणाम किया कृष्णा को। तब अर्जुन चौंक गए कि अरे ये भी क्या देख रहा हूँ। तभी वो मतलब कृष्णा जो है वो मानव लीला करते तो वो इतना दिखाते नहीं है, मगर जब भी महाविष्णु ने उनको अभिषेक किया तभी उनको मालूम पड़ गया कि सुप्रीम पर्सनालिटी ऑफ गॉड कृष्णा ही है।
Thank you, Mataji. So nicely put. And the divine Leela.
This point we should highlight whenever we are having sharing this particular why Krishna is Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Mataji.
Yeah.
We have to remember lifetime this particular Leela and whatever Mataji has summarized.
Yes. We could make out
Yeah,
from
the other argument is that Krishna Swayam Bhagavan, that Jiva Goswami elaborates in great detail in Krishna Sandarbha. So these things every devotee should know it very well, because there is a sharp disagreement between the Sri Sampradaya and the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Sri Sampradaya considers Vishnu is the supreme and Krishna is his expansion. And
Yeah.
in a way, they quote that particular verse, 1:328, because it says that Krishna and Balarama are what 16th, 17th incarnation, something like that. I forgot the number exactly, but when listing different incarnations, they list Krishna and Balaram as Lord Vishnu's expansion. But
Yeah.
Jiva Goswami points out very clearly with that Paribhasa Sutra. Paribhasa means the key verse that shines, illuminates that particular fact, that it says while all the other Krishna and Balaram are incarnation, that has been listed. But, so when you say but, while, then there is that later statement takes predominance over the previous statement. But Krishna's tu Swayam Bhagavan. That's another verse, So there are
Yes.
quite a few things, key things. Every devotee of Krishna, they ought to know about it, so they can defend when somebody asks questions in the audience.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. So
In my
then we
thesis, it goes a fairly deeper discussion about that, why Krishna is the supreme personality Godhead over Krishna. Even Krishna's expansions is Lord Mahavishnu, Prabhudaksha Vishnu, Shridaksha Vishnu, and also in like that.
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
It's for cosmic creation.
Yeah.
Okay, Mataji, have you done that?
Yeah. Just last 2 points, Prabhuji, then I'll wind
Sorry.
up.
Yeah.
Then we come to the divine play. How is the divine Leela? Full of love and play. It is not just a mere obligation or mere ritual. It is full of love and play. It absorbs a devotee into the divine Leela. So Krishna engages his devotees through divine Leela. He engages his devotees to deepen love and devotion. Then the transformative power of bhakti. We see that the relationship with the Lord is established through bhakti, and one becomes aware of his spiritual identity and his true relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that is only through the bhakti. That power comes, that transformation comes only through the bhakti. And the last point is Sharanagati. So Sharanagati, here they have mentioned one should completely have complete surrender. Like we saw in Arjuna's case, he took the bow of Lord Shiva, thinking that he'll go and find the baby, but he was unsuccessful. And one should not follow any of the demigod. His soul surrender should be Lord Krishna. So complete surrender in Lord Krishna, that gives one should serve Krishna, only Lord Krishna, and whatever he is doing should be offered to Lord Krishna. So here Mahavishnu's call for Arjuna and Krishna to return after defeating the demons accentuates the significance of devotion and service in spiritual journey. So with this, I conclude today's recap. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the seva. Then over to you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Well done. Sharatpuri, before I begin, what time did you start today?
Our time 6:30, as we had started last week also.
So 6:30 means right now. What is the time now there?
It is 7:37 now.
So it took about an hour, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. So I'll remember next time. 6:30 you start. Okay, so how much time do I have now? Right now? Taking a half an hour for discussion.
It is almost an hour.
Almost an hour, okay.
Yes.
The good thing then, I modified the slides. I removed seemingly duplicitous slides,
Yes,
so that we can discuss in a greater detail or greater depth the Mahishi Gita. That's the most important element, most important part of this final chapter. Okay, chapter 90. So with that, let me, but first let me briefly, I pray to our Supreme Lord. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादा सगण ललिता श्री विशाखावितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय श्री प्रभुपाद. So now we pray to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then the six Goswamis of Vrindavan. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Namaha. O most munificent incarnation, you are Krishna himself, appearing Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You have assumed the golden complexion of Srimati Radharani and you are widely distributing pure love of Krishna. We offer respectful obeisances unto you. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagnahi Sankirtana Praye Yajanti Sumedasa. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. And he is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. So now the six Goswamis of Vrindavan. Nana Sastra Vicharnika Nipunau Shad Dharma Samsthapakau Lokanam yeah.
लोकानां हितकारिणः
Lokanam Hitakarino Tribhuane Manyau Sharanyakaro Radha Krishna Padaravinda Bhajana Anandena Mattaliko. Oh, most okay. In the sorry, I'm today a little bit off now. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis of Vrindavan. Six Goswamis of Vrindavan, namely Shri Rupa Goswami, Shri Sanatana Goswami, Shri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, and Shri Jiva Goswami and Shri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizing and studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the three worlds and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Shri Radha and Krishna. Hare Krishna. So I'm going to hurry up quickly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So in the interest of time, we'll get right into it, okay? So let me share my slides. So I will post it again. I removed all the unnecessary slides so that we can discuss Mahishi Gita in greater depth. Okay. So everybody can see my slides. Haribo?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the introductory slide. And I'll tell you why I've done quite a few changes here, Um, originally I was to do in 2 lessons only, but now we are going to do in 4 lessons. So text 137 is A and B is basically the difference in the verses, okay? So 137A is this text 1 to 14, which gives a kind of introduction uh, and important elements. Now remember, the whole chapter 90 is all about summarizing the glories of Krishna, right? So when we talk about Krishna, Krishna is never alone. He is with his devotees, the gopis, his queens, and so on like that, right? So here, this first 14 verses, the discussion is on the divine play of love, how Krishna enjoys in a reciprocal way with his queens in Dwarka, the very, very opulent city. Okay? So that is a sort of a opening up a scene, that first 14 verses. So that we will sort of quickly go through that. But this text 15 to 27, it is what's called Maheshi Gita. Here, the Dwarka queens, uh, uh, their love for this Shri Krishna, there are a great deal of similarities there actually, that we'll talk about Gopi Geet, Brahmar Geet that we discussed before. And here, the queens singing in separation from Krishna. Okay, actually, Krishna is not away from them. It is called Prema Vaichitya. We discuss in Ujjwal Nilamani in great length what is Vipralamba. So one of the 4 elements is called Prema Vaichitya, where the devotee, either the gopis or the queens here, no ordinary devotees, they, in that great separation from Krishna, pain of separation, Vipralamba, and the Krishna deliberately does so to increase the longing for him. That is a hallmark signature of Krishna. So bring his devotees closer to him. So that's what he does here also. Just as he did with the gopis, exactly like that. He disappeared, but he stays around within, and he's watching everything, how the gopis were suffering in that. Basically, that's what he He increases the love for him, and then he reciprocates. So that is called prema vaichitya, means even though Krishna sometimes in front of them physically, uh, they feel separation from him, as if he's not there, as if he disappeared. That's exactly happens actually. When you're in deep thought, your eyes are open, you're looking at somebody, all right, looking at a person opposite facing you, but your really eyes are looking at that person, but your mind is away somewhere else. Okay, the same way, so you don't see that person, you don't see that person, but you have tremendous love for him. Okay, so that is what this gopis in Gopi Gita, and here in now the queens of Dwarka, they experience that pain. And then that pain, how they go through that, exactly like so much. When I was preparing for this, I saw a great deal of similarity. Gopi Git, Brahmar Git, what is called Divya Unmada, the divine madness. And then they ask the trees, birds, deer, like that, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Like that. So here also the same thing. We are going to see that in Mahesh Gita, all right? So that's what I want to spend more time on this particular section. That's what I took out all the necessary slides. Then text 138 is the remaining verses 28 to 48, that also will pass very quickly. Divine legacy of Shri Krishna and the Yadu dynasty now, okay? And not only 16,108 queens, but his sons and grandsons and so on like that. Text 47 to 50 that we'll talk about in lesson 139, supremacy of Lord Krishna is eternal pastimes and devotional service unto him. And then this lesson 140, in 2 or 3 segments we'll do that. There's a special session that I added that it is not part of the chapter 90, okay? It is actually when I revisited Krishna's, Srila Prabhupada's book, is the short version of the entire 10th canto, you know. So there he, in this particular chapter, he reveals many new things that I thought is worth mentioning. That's the one I especially devoted whole lesson on that. Srila Prabhupada's book, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and this last but not least is this, in that book, there's a concept of this pravritti and nivritti marga, but that's been under discussion quite a bit when we are going through the entire Bhagavatam. That pravritti marg means this dharma, artha, kama, moksha, the purusharthas, 4 purusharthas, especially this artha and kama, you know, material desires, economic needs, so on like that. There is something a devotee feels that must be given up. Not necessarily. In fact, that's required. It's a part of devotional service, actually. You know, you need to do that, but it doesn't need to be segregated from the nivritti marg. Renunciation ultimately go solely, completely on the devotional path, but doesn't have to be segregated. In fact, pravritti marg, if you follow in the Vedic injunctions, that prepares you simultaneously for the nivritti marg, retirement, gradual retirement from material existence, and solely focusing on Lord Krishna through devotion. So that we are going to talk in sufficient detail, okay? So whole lesson is being devoted for that. So these 4 lessons will do it that way, okay? So today we'll go quickly on this text 1 to 14. Then 15 to 27 we'll go verse by verse. We'll discuss some highlights of it, and you'll immediately see a striking similarity between Gopi Geet, Brahmar Geet that we saw, Divya Unmada, Prem Vaishitya. In here also we see when the queens were suffering from separation from Krishna. So this 1 to 14 is basically introductory to that part. Mahisha Gita. So opulence of Dwarka. So here, beginning Dwarka city that Krishna established. Remember, the purpose was to get away from these repeated attacks from Jarasandha when they were in Mathura. That's why he left Mathura. We discussed at great length before. And then he had Vishwakarma built this Dwarka city in the middle of the ocean, Arabian Ocean, you know. And that city, Dwarka, is so extremely opulent. In fact, there is a spiritual side and the material side, huge castles. He had 16,108 queens. For each queens, he had built palaces with all the paraphernalia, you know, lake, gardens, and so on like that. So his own family was actually billions, you know, sons, grandsons, and so on like that. And these huge palaces, with all the opulence, luxury, and everything is there. The huge highways, roads were there, So in fact, in this recently, not too far distant, there's a scientist, marine scientist, oceanographer, Professor Rao, Dr. Rao. He investigated. In fact, he discovered Dwarka city when dived deep, took pictures. In fact, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji actually visited. He went down the ocean and he saw that city, whatever the remnants of that city. Of course, the spiritual aspect of it, Krishna withdrew right when he left this world. So in these verses, great opulence of this Dwarka is listed there. Okay, is far more than just a city. It's a breathtaking manifestation of divine beauty and opulence, an extravagant abode that cultivates the heart and inspires profound admiration. In great opulence. Now, see, when I thought about it philosophically, Krishna was in Vraja, and he was a very simple cowherd boy. Okay, and still he was completely happy, and he made Brajavasis very happy. All the pastimes he had with Gopas, Gopis, his parents, and so on like that. Here, complete turnaround in great opulence in Dwarka. Okay? So Dwarkadisha, So that is in both circumstances, Krishna was equally happy in both ways, both kind of admirements. That is the beauty part of it. And we are talking about Krishna's glories, summarizing it basically. Whole 10th canto is all about that. So that what personally strike me in that Krishna, even living in Vraja, is a simple cowherd boy, and here he is the prince. And wherever Krishna is there, Lakshmi Devi is there. All right, So opulence is there. Even Nanda Maharaj, Nanda Baba's opulence was because of that appearance of Krishna. And same way in Dwarka, natural opulence is there. So this sets the stage for Krishna's divine pastimes. Elevating him is the eternal master of fortune. The opulence Dwarka serves as a powerful symbol reflecting the richness of divine love in the ideal environment which such love can thrive. Thrive means prosper. It encapsulates the profound truth that the true wealth lies in spiritual abundance. So that is what we need to learn. Having a very expensive car or huge mansion, that is not the meaning of life. The opulence should be spiritual in nature. Somebody's microphone is on or what? Can somebody turn off the microphone, please?
Sharad Prabhu, can you mute it on mute?
Second
It's
point, the
gone now.
multiplicity of forms. Krishna's miracle. So look, just like in the gopis, 3 billion gopis, and when there was the rasa dance, Maharasa, somebody asked me a question, what's the difference between rasa and Maharasa, think about it. There's an important point to think about it, rasa and Maharasa, Sharad Prabhu, you might want to, towards the end of the class, he might enlighten us on that aspect of it. Maharaj is spiritual sense in it, that, So this similarity is great deal. Krishna multiplied when there was a Ras dance takes place. Now, two verses we saw it that when we were discussing Rasa Panchadhyaya, our acharyas explained in two diametrically opposite ways. In one aspect of it, the Krishna himself multiplied that many forms, so that every gopi thought that Krishna is dancing alone with her only, but then the other diametrically opposite viewpoint that Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur talks about, that he's so swiftly moved around, same Krishna, among that many gopis, billions gopis, that it seemed like in a movie, if you take a frame by frame and freeze it, and you quickly go through that, pass it, 1/16th of a second, that is, each frame is there. So then you'll see the movement of that. So here Krishna passing so swiftly around, it seemed like that he was in multiple forms, just like fan, ceiling fan. It might have a 3 or 5 slides, frames. So when it moves around, it looks like all continuous. So it's like that. So there are two ways looking at it. But here it says that Krishna actually married, and he spent time in, and we saw in one of the chapters, Narad Muni himself witnessed Krishna performing different things at the same time in different palaces, with playing with each of these queens, and his sons and grandsons and so on like that. So that's his opulence, that's his supreme nature. Nobody else can do it. So this is a part of glories, Krishna's glories. He can do something nobody else can do it. That's God alone, the supreme God alone can do it. This act highlights his deep personal connection with his devotees. He is available, reciprocate personally to every one of his devotees, even if one of the most significant devotees. I read that even the sadhana stage, Krishna watching us, and Krishna reacts in a personal way with each one of us. Don't think like that we are so insignificant. We are insignificant, but in the eyes of the Lord, we are not insignificant. That's the beauty part of it, and that's one of the madhurya of Krishna, that only none of his expansion, even Lord Narayana, does not have Leela Madhurya. The concept of divine intimacy is profoundly illustrated here, portraying the Supreme Being as intimately accessible to those who seek him. That's the key point. Those who seek him. So we need to make extra effort to seek him. Then he is available, and trust in that fact. And Krishna's varieties of ways to let you know that he is with us. I've experienced in my life many times. I feel like, where is Krishna? I'm suffering here. Where is he? I'm calling him. Is he really listening to me or not? But then somehow or other, I get it. Yes, he's listening. He's responding in a varieties of ways. He responds, beyond our conception. Okay, so now here he's showing the Krishna sporting with his wife, water sporting. That little picture that you see, that's here. So the water sporting, playfulness, that is the very nature of Krishna. Always happy, blissful, and he makes his devotee very, very blissful. He plays like in Vraja. He used to play with his Gopa friends, telling stories, playing games. So even though while they were herding the cows, they were having great fun. In gopis, he was enjoying gopis in all different kinds of pastimes. So here in Dwarka also, he's playing very playfully with the gopis, water sporting and so on like that. So this enchanting theme not only celebrates the joy and spontaneity of divine love, but also uplifts the spirit, spiritual uplifting that infuses great deal of joy, bliss in the devotee's heart. The exuberance of their interactions encapsulates the joy inherent in spiritual relations. So this is the very nature inherent, which is right within its very nature of spiritual relationship. That there is a Krishna and his devotee both enjoying each other. And we also feel the same way. Now, we are not advanced enough. We may not see him through our eyes, but internally we feel His presence all around us. If we are sincere enough to invoke him, chanting the Hare Krishna name, deeply engrossed, immerse yourself in his different pastimes, and let these lower modes, which are distracting us, let not disturb. If we focus our mind and heart in thinking about Krishna when we read, and deeply engrossed, deeply immersed, literally immersed in his pastimes, then we'll see that his presence right there with us. Even in separation, even when we are having difficulties, suffering, we see his presence. So their ecstatic states are not mere description, but serve as an inspiring call for the audience to deepen their devotion, highlighting the profound effects that love can have, that spiritual experience. Love, not lust, all right? There's a gulf of difference between that. But if we truly love Krishna, then we can experience these things. And that takes certain practice, involvement. And how do you involvement? That we are learning, right? That, devotee association, chanting, Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya, all these things must be done. Then only so the path is shown clearly. We need to follow that path under the guidance of a bona fide guru, advanced devotees, and stay in touch with devotees, avoid asata sangha, like that. Then only we can get nearer to Krishna. The idea of prem vaichitya. So now different terms are being introduced here that we will see in this Mahishi Gita. Okay, prema vaichitya is explained to you, one of the four elements of this Vipralamba. Prema vaichitya, the first part, that is, your lover is there physically in front of you, but you are not sensing his presence. You're looking for him, but he's not. He's right there in front of you. But just I gave an example. If you're looking somebody, your eyes are there, but your eyes are not seeing what you want to see. That person is not there. Your ears are open, but you're not listening to that person. That's why somebody said they just stripped and say, "Where are you? Where are you? Aren't you paying attention?" Like that. So that is the kind of I'm talking about. Prema Vaichitya is like that. Okay. Symbols of love and beauty. The imagery. So this is again in Prema Vaichitya. I'm sorry. In Mahishi Gita will come across, just like in Gopi Gita. This kumkum. The gopis used to apply this kumkum, red powder, on their breast, and Krishna embraces. So the garland gets that kumkuma attached to it. So this is a sign, very close, intimate association. Now, not necessarily just physical association. We are talking about spiritual association. That also happens. So these poignant symbols bolster, enhance the theme of beauty in spiritual relationship. So that beauty is not of this world, spiritual world, rendering the divine accessible and relatable to all, that you can relate it. The focus on physical beauty, adornment, reflect the notion that divine can manifest in a tangible forms. Tangible means that you can feel his presence. If you make that effort, sincerity of purpose, that everywhere it's mentioned in Bhagavatam. Then reciprocity of love. Krishna does reciprocate. The dynamic interaction between Krishna and his queens reveal a beautifully reciprocal exchange of affection. Just as deeply queens loved him, so did Krishna. They both experienced joy and fulfillment. The reciprocity emphasizes the relationship rational aspect of devotion, illustrating that love is not a one-sided. So this is again, it's not one-sided love. Just as gopis or the queens love Krishna as that deeply, same way Krishna loves, but it gives an impression that is indifferent, is not indifferent, is to enhance that love, longing. That's why it does that. And that apparent, as among many similarities, in gopis we saw that, right? There's a personal rivalry between them, for Krishna is there. But when Krishna is away, the rivalry disappears and they all unite. So here also we see the same thing. There is, of course, the rivalry like between Rukmini, Queen Rukmini and Queen Satyabhama. Again, when we talk about Queens Rukmini and Queen Satyabhama, to my mind reflects very much. Satyabhama is exactly like Sri Radhe, very sharp, very quick to react, and so on like that. Whereas, just like this Queen Rukmini is a very soft type, very submissive type. Exactly what we see Radha and what is the other gopi's name? Chandra. What is that? The name. Chandravali. Yeah. So Chandravali is very much like Queen Rukmini, very soft, very submissive. So what is the conclusion? So together, these thematic elements present a rich and cultivating tapestry of love. So this is a combination of love, joy, and divine interaction that we see here, intermixing all these different emotions. And through emotions, we love, Krishna. And Krishna reciprocates. So within Krishna's pastime, they offer a holistic view of devotion that is not only deeply personal, but also profoundly relational, both ways. So now we'll talk about this Mahishi Gita. So I looked up the word here. This is called science of etymology. You know what is etymology? Any word, how did it come into existence? The analysis, where did it begin? So that is called science of etymology. Every word is defined like that, So Maheshi, there's a root word in Sanskrit, Mahesh. Okay. What Mahesh means something great, extraordinary, great, special, and so like that. And Maheshi, the suffix E is indicating feminine, So Maheshi, that means either gopis, queens, and so on like that. And special, so great. So here the queens represent the royalty, plays a very important role in Krishna's life, governance and so on like that, So that's why queens of Dwarka is called Maheshi. And this Maheshi Geet is exactly like that. In many ways, it resembles Gopi Gita, okay? Brahmar Gita, Divya Unmada, Prema Vaichitya, all these elements we see right here in Maheshi Gita also, So when we'll start now verse by verse. So first we'll see the main elements of it. Separation and longing, so Vipralamba, so that we see right here. The queens engulfed in profound sorrow, articulate their emotional turmoil in the face of Krishna's absence. Each verse, so this is precisely why Krishna does that. He disappears from their vision, even though Krishna might be around and he is watching. Same way we should also see, translate that in our life. We are actually very, very, neophyte kind of devotees, but Krishna might be watching us, what we are doing, So each verse serves as a poignant testament to their heartache. Like headache, it's a heartache, pain in the heart, powerfully underscoring the intensity of their devotion and suffering in the world devoid of their beloved. So when they don't have their beloved, they feel the emptiness in this world, So this is what they see. So just like in Gopi Gita, Brahma Gita, Gopi Gita, especially Rakshamati, when she sings, reminds us all this thing to me, when she actually sings, that, when the Gopi is going around and Krishna suddenly disappeared, so they are asking everybody, whatever that comes, trees, deer, this peacock, all these elements, even the just trees like that, they ask, have you seen Krishna? Have you seen passing by like that? And they form jealousy at the same time, kind of friendship also like that. So we'll see here also that. Okay. Personification of nature. The queens tenderly address elements of nature, birds. See, here it is. They see a similarity and they ask questions. Not only the living entities, but even the rivers, ocean, cloud, moon, everybody there, they keep asking questions to them. And they, like for example, ocean, we'll see in the word verse. Ocean, the waves are going on and on. So they compare that, a lover in despair, tossing around, cannot sleep. So they're asking the ocean, are you also feeling the pain from separation from Krishna? This way, tossing around, waves constantly making sound and so on like that. Like that, there we'll see in the verse, okay? The vivid imagery illustrates how the queens perceive the suffering in an echo within the nature. Clouds have this dark bluish color, like rain cloud. So that's why they're addressing the cloud also, that you resemble Krishna. So you must be feeling separation from all these things, exactly same elements, Moons, full moon and the new moon like that. So they think that the moon is also suffering, as you are suffering from the love of what, just like us, that you are feeling you are losing your shininess and so on like that. It possesses that divine love infuses all aspects of existence, fostering unity among all beings and demonstrating how the presence, absence of. So first I'm going through the main thematic points, and then if the time permitting, we'll go some of the verses highlighting what we see here. Divine madness, Unmada, Divya Unmada, it's called divine madness. Nobody else can see. The bystander who's not really familiar with what is called divine madness, they think that's just a mad person. But that madness is divine. Just like in Brahma Gita Radhaji, seeing that this Brahmara, and she thinks, interprets that must be the messenger sent from Krishna, and she's reacting to Brahmara. So, and gopis, that we see that. So that Divya Unmada is their typical sign of that. The queens display a transcendent form of madness marked by ecstatic love and deep emotional connection. Now, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, if time permits, we will read some part of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, and you'll give some examples. I'll show you that. You'll feel exactly what is being described here. You'll see that in that. It ties into the concept of divine ecstasy in bhakti, where love for God ushers in an altered state of consciousness. See that? The reality and the imagination, they keep troubling each other. It's very difficult to explain that. So they totally forget the reality, and they're interacting with these animals, living, then non-living beings like rivers, oceans, and so on like that. It illustrated core principles of bhakti. What is the core principle of bhakti? The authentic happiness arises. So even in Vipralamba, the pain of separation is there, but even the pain of separation, there is a enjoyment is there. So meet is Chivan. Chivan means just like thorn, So that is sweetness of that pain. So here that is called this divine happiness is there, bliss is there, even in that pain. And again, this is a kind of difficult to kind of think about it unless until you are gone through that process yourself. मीठी सी चुभन जिसे कहते हैं वो जो जिसने प्रेम किया वही जान सकते हैं. Contrasting material attachments and emphasizing spiritual fulfillment through devotion. The role of messenger figures. The queens engage with messenger figures such as Kurari bird. So they're talking to birds also. Kurari bird, Chakravaki bird, and so on like that. Even the cuckoo bird also they talk to them. And their own way they're relating themselves what they are going through that and the queens going through that. The interaction reveals that deep desire for communication with the divine. It underscores the vital role of the devotees and messengers in the spiritual journey, emphasizing how they serve as bridges between the divine and the seeker. Now that's very, very important thing, that this kind of love, of course we are hearing Gopi's love for Krishna in the Vraja, or here in Dwarka, the love of the queens of that is there, but Devar Acharyas also gives a different viewpoint, that it is also Paramatma and the individual Atmas interaction. That is also there. So that love is also there, depending on how we look at it. So a soul, individual soul, is struggling in material existence and get out of it so that they can unite with the Supreme Soul. Unite means not merging. Nowhere in that sense. It's kind of difficult to explain, but the soul struggling to become one in love with the Supreme, Super Soul. Super Soul means not just Paramatma. Paramatma is there in the beginning stage, but ultimately the Supreme Soul, who is a person like Krishna. That is what we are talking about here. So the divine connection, the devotee is feeling that when the devotee goes to that length, that kind of maturity in love, spiritual love, when he or she experiences that, then that happens. So critique of divine indifference. So sometimes Krishna appears as if he's indifferent, but in reality he is not indifferent. He is fully aware of his devotee longing for him and is watching and so on like that. And when he sees the intensity of love for the devotee for him, then he will come in the consciousness of that devotee. So that is what we are talking about. So indifference is not really indifference. That's why it's called critique. The queens lament Krishna's perceived indifference to their suffering, questioning why he remains untouched while they endure such heartache, such pain. Sometimes we ordinary devotees, when we are actually suffering, many times, in fact, this question arose a few years back in my life too, when I was going through these different phases, the life suffering, and we keep praying, and sometimes we wonder, is really Krishna listening or what? Listening or not? Why isn't he coming? So here gopis and queens also asking the same question. Where are you? Why aren't you coming? Don't you see how much we are suffering? as if he's not paying attention. But he's right there. We saw in Gopi Geet also. Krishna was right around in the bushes, hiding. Brahman Gita, Krishna was right there watching. In fact, that Brahmara is actually Krishna right there, And here in Queens also, same thing. So that indifference is his way, Krishna's way of interacting to bring his devotees closer and closer, ever closer to him. Conclusion. So it captures the tension between the divine omnipotence and the devotee's emotional reality, illustrating the profound depth of the relationship with Krishna, where love is interwoven with vulnerability. Okay, so that is the Mahishi Gita. And I just want to, since the time is short, I want to read a few things. What we just gone through that, just few examples. So I told you what is Mahishi, right? Remember what is the definition? What is the understanding of Mahishi? Mahishi means Sanskrit word comes from the root word is Mahish. Mahish means somebody who is special, great, large, and here there is queens, queens of Dwarka, in the sense of royalty, and they play a very central role in Krishna's life. So here they begin with the verse 15, and here the queens are asking this question to a bird called Kurari bird. You are lamenting. So as if they are lamenting, they feel that bird is also lamenting that are you also suffering pain of separation from your beloved who is not there with you? So there now it's night, and somewhere in this world the Supreme Lord is asleep in a hidden place. But you are wide awake. Oh friend, unable to fall asleep. So this is typical sign happens when you are suffering, missing very badly the person you loved so much. Then you think you as if that person is where is he? Where is he? So you are not able to sleep. You lose your sleep. So that's what they're saying. That's one of the symptoms of somebody who is whose mind is occupied, heart is occupied. Oh friend, unable to fall asleep. Is it that like us? So they're seeing themselves in that. So they're asking the bird. They're literally talking to the bird. You have your heart pierced to the core. So they feel the pain going through it, piercing through their heart. And playfulness. So Lord is playful, is watching, and they're imagining all these things. So the Kurari bird might say that when you say sleep, Krishna might be asleep somewhere, not paying attention to what. So is Krishna with you now? He's sleeping with you like that in your room or what? In the bedroom. So Kurari bird is saying that. Well, then is Krishna sleeping with you? The queens would respond. So this is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakure's any personal way of telling and explaining to us what's transpiring there. No, not at all. His whereabouts are unknown. Gupta. He is out in the world somewhere this night, but we have no idea where he is to go looking for him. Just like the Gopi Gita. They were going through everywhere, searching for Krishna, and he's not visible anywhere. Even though Krishna is around them, he is watching them, but they could not see him, So that is what the sense it is here. He's out in the world somewhere this night, but we have no idea where to go looking for him. Oh Shiva, oh dear bird, even though you are a simple creature, your heart has been deeply pierced, just like ours. So they see themselves in that bird, and they see that bird is suffering. But bird is, of course, they don't suffer, but it's their imagination. Divya Unmada, Prema Vaichitya. That is what we see here. So now there's another bird, Chakravaki. The queen said, oh, Chakravaki, are you unable to find your husband? So the Sanskrit word, adrashta. Drashta means to see. Adrashta means opposite. You don't see it. So you don't see your beloved. That's why you're longing for that your beloved, aren't you? Alas, such a painful cry must be due to separation from your children. So in that Chakravarti Bhatt, they're saying that they're suffering from children. They then speak of an alternative reason for lamenting. Perhaps you are like us, who have become servants of Achyuta uh, and desired to bind in our hair the garland which touched his heart, his feet. They're saying the ocean. Look at this, is very interesting. The ocean. See how they imagine, ocean is natural, right? The waves are trembling, huge waves, and the ocean is making the noise. So they are interpreting this way. Oh dear ocean, you are always roaring, not sleeping at night. That means you are not sleeping. Sleeping means tranquil sea. Ocean very quiet, without waves. But you are not there right now. You're roaring with the waves. That means you are not able to sleep. You're tossing around. Are you suffering insomnia? Insomnia means not being able to sleep. Or is it that, as with us, Mukunda has taken your insignia and you are helpless of retrieving them? So you lost something, aren't you? Yeah. So, ocean, giving up your gravity, you are making loud sounds like a disturbed person, not being able to sleep. So, the reason I'm reading this thing to give you some sense how this divine madness operates. So they're literally imagining things and they're asking questions somebody who cannot respond. Birds, trees, oceans, moon, like that. And they're interrelating with their separation from Krishna. So that is the reason I wanted to bring it at some point. Let's see a few more points before I open up for discussion. So, my dear moon, having contracted a severe case of tuberculosis. So, the moon is gradually losing that day 15 days full moon, then that moon, other moon, the decreasing size and the decreasing shininess. So that also they relate to that, means they are getting weaker and weaker in separation from Krishna. Oh moon, you are becoming thin and losing your power to remove darkness because of emaciation from tuberculosis. No, this cannot be cause, but rather we know the cause. You have forgotten those clever words and profuse promises that Mukunda made at the beginning of the separation. See that? So then they remember their pastimes with Krishna. What are the promises that Krishna might have made, and Krishna is not fulfilling those promises. So that's what they're. So they are complaining, and at the same time they're recalling some good times they had with Krishna. So since the lack of time, I can't read each and every verse now. Few more verses. Then they ask the rivers, wives of ocean. Rivers they see as wives of ocean, because when they meet ocean, they're embracing the ocean like a wife. After a long time, husband returns, they're embracing their husband like that. You pools have now dried up. Alas, you have shriveled so to nothing. So your own existence completely gone when you embrace your husband, ocean. The river's loses its very existence when they mixes with the ocean water. Okay, so I just wanted to give you the example what we went through that, how in the Divya Mother, in the divine madness, they lose the reality and they are in the dream world, and they compare their pain of separation from Krishna, and they see the same pain of separation in these oceans, birds, rivers, moon, clouds, and so on, like that, everywhere. And so that Prem Vaishiti is also like that. So that is Mahishi Gita. You see those a striking similarity what we saw in Gopi Gita, Brahmar Gita, and so on, like that. So here also we saw queens was going through that stage. So now we go through remaining verse 25, 27. Attraction of Krishna's divine nature. Krishna's divine qualities captivate the hearts of all women, not merely those who serve him, showcasing his unmatched charm and allure. This theme emphasizes the universal appeal of Krishna's divine form. So Krishna, his very name, Krishna, Karshati iti Krishna, Akarshati. Akarshati means attracts. That's the very name Krishna. Krishna. So Krishna means that one who attracts everyone. No one is immune from that. He attracts everyone. Yeah. And no any other expansions has that quality that Krishna has. That his wonderful sweet pastimes that he enacts. This theme emphasizes the universal appeal of Krishna's divine form and nature, suggesting that his very presence is enough to inspire the deep devotion. You will never see Krishna showing his suffering. Even inside it might be. He also equally misses the gopis, queens, and so on like that. His devotees, he misses. But he does not show that is the very nature of Krishna, always smiling. And smiling also, manda smile. Very, just a glimpse of that smile is there. And he never looks straight in your eyes with a tirchi najar, a sidelong glance. And that is the most attractive part that his lovers feel. Collectively, these themes weave a compelling narrative that accentuate, emphasize the significance of personal ecstatic devotion to Krishna. So this is what we need to develop. We need to cultivate that love, hearing such devotees' stories, how they miss Krishna. Haribol. So this is, we'll end here. So I hope you got the central message. When somebody asks you a question, what is Divya Unmada, what is Vaichitya, Prema, that also you should be able to explain. What is Mahishi Gita, what indicates, what is the significance of it? You should be able to answer all these questions, And how is this Divya Unmada manifest in the depth of such love that you should be able to explain? Okay, I'll stop here and see if there are any questions, comments, and then we get in the discussion. And maybe we'll get in the discussion about what is different between rasa and maharasa subject. Maharasa is generally, to my understanding, is reserved for that took place when Krishna and the gopis, it's no ordinary rasa. A man, a boy and a girl meets, not that kind of. So that is my general understanding. But maybe, Prabhuji, you might be able to give us, enlighten us more deeper in that aspect of it. Somebody asked me this question, and I was going through there, and I want to do a little research on that. Haribol, yes. Any questions, comments?
So detailed. Okay.
Anybody else also? If you have any ideas?
Yeah, wonderful session, bro. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, we understand that, like in a nutshell, so how the queens are feeling. Okay, the separation, just like what we have seen it in Ramayana, yeah, and also the gopis. But this is like not come to this particular point, Prabhu, but so wonderful. First time I'm seeing the queens also feeling so much separation. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So wonderful themes, Prabhu. I really don't know how we are able to draft this level of themes, Prabhu. It is only the divine.
I have nobody.
It's only the divine intervention, Prabhu. That's what I think.
Thank you. You when you immerse yourself in that narration, especially our Acharya's commentary, then you feel that, what must be going through such devotee's heart, Yeah. Anybody else? Raksha Mataji, are you there? Raksha Mataji? No, she's not there. Samantha Mataji?
Is there? Okay,
Where
Raksha
is
Mata is
everybody?
there.
Where is
Prabhuji,
everybody?
I'm
Mute
there,
and
but I'm
unmute.
unable to mute myself. That's why I'm
Sometimes.
trying to unmute myself. Sorry, Prabhuji.
Okay,
Hare
okay,
Krishna,
all right.
Wonderful
Prabhuji.
class,
Now, the
Prabhuji.
question I'm asking you, Raksha Mataji, because
Yes,
you
yes.
get you sing this Gopi Gita, do you see the similarities here? What we heard
Yes,
about
Prabhuji. Yes,
the
Prabhuji.
Mahishi Gita?
So many. Yesterday I read entire chapter thoroughly. So wonderful explanation. I liked the mountain so much. Mountain से जो बात
So
करते
how
हैं.
they ask the questions to this rivers, birds,
Yes, yes,
ocean,
Prabhuji.
moon, like that is. So that is what called madness, right? But that madness is not of this world.
Yes,
And
Divya
the pain of
Unmad.
separation, not for ordinary beings. We are talking about Lord Shri Krishna, Supreme. That is when we feel that kind of feelings, then we will have really made that progress. Hare Krishna.
मुझे ये पढ़
Thank
के
you.
तो और रानी के प्रति भी बहुत ही अहोभाव हो गया इतना कि लाइक दे आर लाइक गोपीज ओनली
We saw
उनका
that
भी जो भाव है
exactly. One of the chapter when we remember that Krishna was joking with Rukmini and she took it so
Yes.
seriously, and
yes,
how
yes.
she was felt so much pain. But Krishna does this thing, and his sole purpose to increase the longing for him. Because when we long for him, that is in our own advantage. Our life, that very moment, begins to change.
Hare Krishna,
And any
Prabhuji.
more to
Dhanavad
add, Raksha Mataji, before we turn it to Samantha Mataji? Okay.
Hare
Samantha
Krishna.
Mataji. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, Benji.
Ji.
Samantha Mataji, let's give her a chance.
Okay, Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful class, Prabhuji. This Maheshi, where you explained the meaning of the name so nicely, Mahesh being something great and the feminine thing is Maheshi. So Mahesh
Yeah.
is also the name of Lord Shiva.
Oh, no, that is Mahesh. Mahaishwara. Isha means Ishwara, right? Mahesh means Mahaishwara. He's it's called Mahadeva. So there's a difference.
Okay.
There, Isha, Sha is not Sha. There's different kinds of Sas are there. Sa, Sha, Sha.
Acha.
પ્રભુ આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં છે ક્લિયરલી
Yeah, Sa Saslata Sa, that is different. Then Sa Shahamugra, Sahamug, and then Sashtakona. You see the different shas are there? Sanskrit language is very, very precise. So this Mahesh, Lord Shiva, Maha Isha. Isha means Ishvara. That's called is Mahadeva,
Yeah.
Here it's not Sha. Sashtakona, like,
Oh.
So that is what's called great, special.
ષટકોણનો શ
Sashtakona, yeah.
ષટકોણનો શ
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Samantha, did you understand that?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And we would also want to recite Maheshi Gita in the Kirtan session.
Oh, okay. That will be wonderful. Thank you.
Along with the translation. So then it will be much better.
Yes, very good.
And okay.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, I'm done, Prabhuji. Over to Rajkumari Mataji.
Benji, आप है?
हरे कृष्णा भाई जी. हरे कृष्णा. सो वंडरफुल पीपीटी. मैं पढ़ती हूँ, मुझे लगता है कि कितना सच में रियली हम लोग को कुछ भी नहीं है आसपास में.
नहीं, ऐसी बात नहीं है. मुझ में आप में कोई फर्क नहीं है. मैं इतने सालों से कर रहा हूँ. थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस होगा ही ना.
नहीं भाई जी, उसमें
now I'm retired, everything, so I'm totally engrossed. So So I get emotional when I read all these things, you know.
मैं कई बार सोचती हूँ इस एज में जाके इतना डिवोट करना, इतना टाइम और इतना फुली हार्टेड आप उसमें
अभी
करते
मेरे
हो
पास
तो
कोई करने के लायक कुछ है ही नहीं। इस
नहीं,
एज
ये
में क्या
बहुत
करूंगा?
कर रहे हो, ये वास्तव में है ही यही कुच करने के लिए, यही चीज तो है करने
भगवान
के
ने
लिए।
मुझे एंगेज किया, भगवान की बहुत बड़ी कृपा दृष्टि है ना,
रियली
कि मेरी आखिरी टाइम जा रहा है इसी काम के लिए। अभी देखो मैंने प्लान 27 तक किया है, 26 27 तक।
आप
ये शरद प्रभु सोचते हो कि ये कभी जाएगा यार, when can I get a chance? शरद प्रभु
पूरा
जी,
बहुत
I
वो टाइम
apologize to you, you know.
कृष्णा इज वेरी मर्सीफुल, कृष्णा इज वेरी
Thank you.
मर्सीफुल। हाँ, एक चीज मैं कह रही थी भाई जी, ये जो महिषी है, महिषी को का मीन एक तरह से एक उसको एक देवी के रूप में हम कह सकते हैं, महान जो एक
हाँ,
देवी।
yeah, actually they are originally, of course, they are goddesses, you know, like Queen Rukmini is actually she is Lakshmi Devi.
यस, जिनमें जो देवी का रूप, जो एक तरह से देवी मीन्स जो किसी भी फील्ड में जो महान है, महान है।
हाँ, they are no ordinary beings. They are not. They are Krishna's eternal consorts, you know.
यस,
They
वेरी नाइस।
descended straight from the spiritual world.
પ્રભુ આપણે કહીએ ને માનુનીઓ, માનુનીઓ
हाँ, thank you.
એક
इसमें जो
વર્ડ છે।
राइट, इसमें जो पूछती है माउंटेन से, ट्री से, रिवर से, वो कितना
Yeah.
वो आता है, कितनी पीड़ा विरह है, कितना प्योर लव।
And they imagine that they are also going through that kind of suffering, and they relate themselves to their pain in separation, you know.
यस, वो हर चीज
That's
में
a
वो
great
देखती,
thing.
वो इतनी वो है, हर चीज में वो चीज देखती हैं, हर चीज
Yeah.
में। वेरी नाइस।
Brahmar Gita, Radhaji is actually speaking to that Brahmar, you know.
यस,
B.
जी जी।
Thank you. Anybody else? Sanjeev Prabhu, are
Thank
you
you,
there?
Chandrabhai. Thank you,
Oh,
Chandrabhai.
Ashraf, yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice to hear all this. Really,
Thank
I'm
you.
very grateful to you. If I would have not
So
joined
am
here
I
from
to all
many
of
years,
you.
I would have never get this knowledge. I would have not got this knowledge, what you're teaching now. This is all because
No,
of you.
I'm
Thank you
getting
so
knowledge
much.
means I read all this
And
thing,
so
and our
wonderfully you're
acharyas
explaining with
explain.
the
That's what
PPTs.
I share with you.
Yeah, but
By
you're
the way,
doing your
everyone, she's
PPTs
my
so...
youngest sister, and she has been with me for many years now.
So
Even
wonderful,
first
Yes,
time when I
Prabhu.
Prabhuji,
came
we
50 years
know.
back, I used
So
to
wonderful, Prabhu.
write her a big,
Brother and
long
sister.
letters.
Yeah.
Arshad, remember how
Thank you.
I used to write a long letters?
Long, yeah, I know.
Harsha
Yeah,
Mataji,
I
you
have
shifted
still.
at Phoenix, na?
Pardon?
Yeah, shifted to Phoenix, na?
Not Phoenix.
Daksha,
I'm in US.
Michigan. She's in Michigan.
Michigan. I'm in
Okay.
Michigan.
Okay.
I have 2 granddaughters.
Yeah.
Oh.
So now, see,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, that when you approach to that final age, you should devote more and more reading about this Krishna. See, I'm utilizing all my retirement like this, you know.
Yes, Chandra, I'm also doing that same. Whenever I
Yes.
get time,
And then you pass on to your grandkids, you know.
Yeah. I'm really happy. Even my one granddaughter, she's following, she serves her milk to Krishna. That is very important.
Like that, you know.
Yeah, my granddaughter, she offers the little loti milk which she has.
Oh, wonderful.
She offers, and she calls Kishan, Dudh pi, Kishan, Dudh pi. And then
So
her
sweet.
apple first she serves to Krishna and say, Kishan, apple kha.
Hey, wow, that's very.
She's only now 24 months. That
Those are
she's doing
special
all this.
souls. They are special souls.
Yeah.
They're,
So wonderful, Mataji.
they're continuing from the previous
Yeah.
lives. And
So
that's why they're
wonderful,
born
Mataji.
the devotee
So
family. Devotee
Yeah.
family, they get that.
Yeah, in the morning she goes direct to Krishna's this mandir, and then she prays there. Then she'll do all this padars, this
Thank you.
pranam and everything.
Thank you for sharing with me.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
Nitya
very
Sakhi
much. This
Mataji,
is because
may I
you
ask
taught
something?
me, I am teaching them.
Nitya Sakhi Mataji, आपको कोई question है?
No, Prabhuji, how is Suresh Prabhuji? Since long I haven't seen.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's
He's fine,
in
yeah.
there in great depth of music. All the time he's composing
Yeah.
new things.
He's fully engrossed in this music. I'm saying he's learning so many ragas. I don't know how many every day. Whatever he's doing writing work, and then he's playing that same ragas on the. He's completely he's in another world.
I
Okay,
think
so
that's why I got
since
habituated with harmonium. I was not
Yeah.
getting the root because we
Yeah.
used to listen to him, no?
Yeah, he plays the harmonium, then banjo also, and even keyboard.
so bring him sometimes to all of us,
Yeah, sure, I'll tell him.
Yeah. Sharad Prabhuji, it's now final words with you.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you very much. We are talking about Rasa and Maharasa. Now, seeing this word or hearing this word Maharasa, it would seem like a divine dance of Krishna with the gopis. But in reality, it is not just dance and music. It is the eternal union of the individual soul with the supreme soul. And on the night of Sharad Purnima, the 29th chapter of 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, we have learned that when Krishna's flute echoed on the banks of Yamuna, the gopis, they left behind everything, family, their duties, children, household work, and rushed to him. And the Bhagavad Mahapurana beautifully captures this movement. It says, we have already seen, it is said that some gopis were serving food, some were feeding milk to their children, some were attending to their husbands, yet they left everything and ran to Krishna. Now, this act of complete surrender is the essence of Maharasa. Now, in the 29th chapter, the first verse, it says, Bhagavan Apitaratri Sarodot Fulla Mallika Vikhya Santu Manaschakra Yogamaya Mupastrita. Everything was enacted by Yogamaya. Now, the Supreme Lord Krishna, who saw the nights of Sharad, that is the Sharad Purnima, blooming jasmine flowers, though actually jasmine does not, you do not see them in that season, but they were also blooming, and the Yogamaya assisted Krishna's desire in performing the Rasa dance. Now, this is also given in Garga Samhita and other Samhitas. In Garga Samhita describes the Rasa multiple times in Vrindavan during Krishna's pastimes, and it also brings out that Radha is the presiding force of Krishna at the center of that Rasa Mandala. And in Brahma Vaivarta Purana also gives a deeply emotional account. It highlights about Srimati Radharani. And the Bhagavad Purana presents it as the highest symbol of spiritual union. And the Garga Samhita is the core of Madhurya Rasa. And Brahmavaivarta Purana is proof of Radha Krishna's eternal union. And the Harivamsa Purana is the timeless artistic celebration of music and dance. Now you may ask, what is the difference between this Rasa and Maharasa? Now in Maharasa, the eternal associates of the Supreme Lord, they took part, not anybody and everybody. All the gopis did not, because we, in the 29th chapter, 10th canto, we hear the description. Some gopis, they were prevented from going there to meet Krishna. That is the difference. Otherwise, it is much different. Then today we spoke about this Mahishi Gita, the queens in Dibyan Madhav. They were talking to the Kurari bird. They were saying that now it is night and somewhere the Supreme Lord is asleep in a hidden place, but you are still wide awake. All these things, and they spoke to the ocean, saying that you are always roaring, not sleeping at night, and are you suffering from insomnia? The Lord Mukunda has taken your insignias and you are hopelessly retrieving them. Then they spoke, the Chakravaki bird, then they spoke to the moon. Moon, they are saying, having contracted a severe case of tuberculosis, you have become totally emaciated and you are not feeling sleepy and you fail to dispel the darkness with your moon rays. And you appear totally dumbstruck and you cannot remember the promises of Krishna once he met to you. And they also spoke to the breeze, the air also. They were saying that what have you done to displease you so that you stir up lust in our hearts. And to the cuckoo bird and various other things. And they spoke to the cloud also. To the cloud, they said, you are indeed very, very dear to the chief of the Yadavas who bear the mark of Srivatsa, that is Krishna. And like us, you are bound to him by love and you are always meditating on him. And even to the mountain, they were saying that you neither move or speak. You stay in one place only. And you must be pondering some matter of great importance. That's why you were sitting like this. And they were talking to the rivers. They were talking to the swan. And the explanation of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, if you go through them, you'll know that to what depth all these words they mean, which Vyasadeva has penned down for all of us. And Sukadeva Goswami also saying that after speaking all this ecstatic love for the Supreme Lord Krishna, the wives of Krishna, they attain the ultimate goal of life. And what is the ultimate goal? What goal was attained by these queens of Dwarka? The Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says the they attained the supreme goal attained by the Dwaraka Mahishis was not the liberation of the impersonal yogis, but they attained the supreme goal obtainable by Vaishnavas by Prema Bhakti. Please remember that these Mahishis, these queens of Dwarka, they were no less than the gopis of Vrindavana. There was a little difference in their type of love because all of them, they are the eternal associates of the Supreme Lord and they had been brought for a particular purpose. That's why that is being seen. Otherwise, hardly there is any difference between these the gopis and the queens of Dwarka, as we saw today. Prabhuji explained the song of separation that is in the Rasa Panchadhyay and in this Mahishi Gita, there is hardly any difference. they are only in different circumstances they have been sung. So thank you very much, Prabhuji, for nicely explaining to all of us. Prabhuji, tomorrow I'll be taking this 130.
Yes. Tomorrow my professor, Sanskrit professor, suddenly scheduled a class tomorrow, special class, so I had to attend. So this lesson 138, I'm going to send you the revised version very
Yes,
shortly, okay?
I have seen that, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
And
No, but
Prabhuji,
there's some repetitions are there,
yes,
so that you can devote more time on this important aspect. So I'm
yes,
going to remove duplicate slides, seemingly duplicate slides, okay?
yes,
At the time I added for a special reason for that,
yes.
So I'll send you the modified version and share with all of you, okay?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes,
So tomorrow you will deal with that class, right? You will
yes,
take the class.
Prabhuji.
So then I'll resume the class next week onwards back again, okay?
Okay, Prabhuji.
All right.
And
Thank you very much, and let's conclude the class with the Nashima prayer.
but just one word, Prabhuji. Today, the Raksha Mataji and Archana Mataji, they sing very nice Gujarati bhajans, though it was not understood, but the meaning could not be understood, but the essence could be felt by everybody. I'll request you to hear that. That is in the very beginning.
Okay, all right.
And
Thank you.
Prabhuji, tomorrow is your birthday. We wanted to wish you tomorrow, but since you are not coming, we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, Prabhuji, you're not coming tomorrow. We will miss you, Prabhu. At
Maybe
least
next
make
week
some time, first 1 hour or something like that, Prabhu.
we'll do it next week then. All right.
Prabhuji, may I sing that little song of birthday
Please.
for you? Your pleasure, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank
કોટી
you.
કોટી
Special
દંડવત
treat for
પ્રણામ
me.
પ્રભુજી.
This
તમારો
is a special treat
જન્મદિવસ
for me.
તમારી બધી મનોકામના પૂરી થાય. ભગવાન તમને હંમેશા તમારી રક્ષા કરે એવા અમે ભગવાનને પ્રાર્થના કરીએ છીએ. અને આ એક નાનકડું
Thank you.
સોંગ છે જે બર્થડે સોંગ બહુ સરસ છે.
બોલો.
જન્મદિનમિદં એ પ્રિય ચારુ પ્રભુજી સંતનુત તે सर्वदा मुदं प्रार्थनामहे भावसतयिषु ईश्वर सदा त्वं च रक्षतु पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमार्जये जीवनं तवा भवतु सार्थकम्. Oh dear friend Chal Prabhuji, may this birthday bring you auspiciousness and joy forever. Indeed, we all pray for your long life. May the Lord always protect you by noble deeds. May you attain fame and may your life be fulfilled. Hare Krishna, Hare
My God.
Krishna, Krishna
Fantastic.
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare
Look at
Hare,
her originality.
Hare Ram,
This is
Hare
in
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Gopi Git sense she did that. In Gopi Git.
Wonderful.
Thank you very
Krishna.
much. This is a
Hare
special
Krishna.
treat, Lakshmi Mataji. I'm very grateful to you.
ધન્યવાદ પ્રણામ પ્રભુજી. બસ
Archana
તમારું
Mataji, good to
એસોસિએશન
see
અમને
you.
મળતું રહે.
Thank you,
બસ.
Prabhu, and all the best wishes on your birthday tomorrow. I also sang a song for you in the just beginning of this. Maybe the recording you can hear, Prabhu.
Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. Archana Mataji, very nice song.
Today
Nagar
Kirtan
Nandaji
Seva
na lal.
dedicated to you
Nagar
પ્રભુજી.
Nandaji na lal. Nathani.
અને
નાગર
પ્રભુજી પેલું
નંદાજી
ગાયું છે
નારાયણ.
મારા ઘટમાં બિરાજતા શ્રીનાથજી.
અરે બાપરે તો મને બીજી વાર સંભળાવજો તમે બીજી વાર ઓકે નેક્સ્ટ વીક મંડે
પાક્કો સંભળાય પ્રભુજી.
ઓકે Archana Mataji, you want to do the Nashima prayer?
Okay, Prabhu. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahladaladadaine. Prahladaladadaine. हिरण्यकाशीपूर्वक्षः हिरण्यकाशीपूर्वक्षः शिलाटङ्कानखालये शिलाटङ्कानखालये इतो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह इतो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह बहे नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह बहे नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह नरसिंहमादिं शरणं प्रपद्ये नरसिंहमादिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरे नखामद्भुतशृङ्गा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तानुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद श्री नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की जय गौर प्रेमानंद हरि हरि बोल
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Please, wonderful. Have a wonderful time tomorrow. And I'll see you next week again.
All the best wishes to you, Prabhu.
And Shal Prabhuji,
Yes.
I'm very, very grateful to you for covering for the last 11th hour. Hare Krishna. It certainly happened to me, you know. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day
Pranam.
tomorrow.
Thank you all devotees. Thank you.
Dandavat
Mataji.
All the
Dandavat
best
pranam to all
wishes, Prabhuji.
devotees.
And Samta
Dandavat
Mataji
pranam.
kept
Dandavat pranam,
Happy Krishna
Mataji.
conscious birthday, Prabhu. Advance happy Krishna conscious birthday, Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.